Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 3rd of July. So we've got this situation here where we've got wave 3 here, and it's possible to have an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, or we have one more little push up here today, and then probably on the non-farm payrolls in the US we'll see they've also got the holiday on the US too, haven't they? So and then down here and then up for this one here. The main point is at the moment though we are long in this little section here, and we'll take a look at that today. But this is exactly what the US is going through as well here. So if we look at just move in here, this is one way to look at it here. And this, obviously this is the high here, and this move down through here is in 3 waves. So the only way to do this here would be to move this over here, but it's not the high point on this CFD, on this futures market. But if I look at this on the cash market here, this is the same pattern here on the XJO here. This point here, that's the actual high here for that. So that comes in at 6,006. And then this next high here comes in at 5,999 here, and so on. So on the cash market, that's the high here. So it's possible to have this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here and be completed here. We've got 5 waves in this particular structure here, so that's why we are keen to see another 5. And I can get it out of this one here, as I just mentioned. But what we were doing, as you know, we were waiting for an impulse wave to finish up into this space here for this. And then take a look at that point. So we still need to look at both of them here as well for this. So it's possible to have this 5 waves here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and be completed there. And then we would need to look at this as 1 and 2 here and 3 coming up to here, 4 here and 5. So we need to sort of play that game on that side of it there. Obviously there's going to be resistance at the 62 here. In geometry terms, we can also, trading levels, we can look at that at 61.8% in it all. So it is a strong point there, but double tops are never the end of the trend. Okay, so getting up to this point here would be, we know it's not the end, but how far will it pull back in that regard? So what we're doing at the moment, we're doing the same thing for the US market. So if we look at the US market here, as you know, we can look at this as an A wave here. Also too on the cash market for the the S&P, this is the high here. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, is this 5 waves here? Is this its, you know, is this its partner over here, these waves C, A and C here? And just being squashed up, because normally if it comes back up to the 61.8% mark here, then we'd see wave C drop lower through here, and it will be in a bit more form. But this is such a large number here, the 3,000, it's kind of just all shriveled up into this particular point here and then moved off. So we're tracking 5 waves up here as well, but we've got the same problem here. We can either have this up here as wave 1 and we pull back to wave 2 and then we push up into wave 3, or from wave B here we have this 5 waves down through here as well here. So yeah, there's Independence Day for the US on the July 4th. So so there might be sort of weaker volumes. But one of the things I mentioned in the US video, if I can just bring this up as well, I think it's important. This is the cash market on a 5-minute chart here. And to count 5 waves up here, we could count this as 1 and 2 here, yep, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here for this. So that's all of the 3rd wave here. And then this is an A and a B and a C wave for the 4th, and then the 5th wave coming up here. So it's not quite finished yet. But even once it finishes here, we either pull back as an ABC pattern here, or we come all the way down. That's what I don't know, and that will just have to play out. And this is the situation here. So what I was saying in the US here is that once this trend up here has completed, it's either going to pull all the way back down here and then we need to get it at this point, or we're just going to pull back as an A wave, a B wave here, and a C wave to the 61.8%, and then we can go long above this high here. So we're going to have to do much the same in Australia, because this is exactly the same pattern that we're getting here in the US here to this pattern here as well. So yeah, we can look at it in different ways, but so the focus is this move up here. So if this is a wave B up here, then we'll be looking for that wave C to move down from that point here, or we'll just pull back a little bit. So in line with the US, we'll count this up as 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and then we've got 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and then we'll push up into 6-2 here for this. But once that occurs there, then we'll be looking for this this ABC pattern to come into play here. We'll have a closer look at this trend in a moment, but let's just say it gets to the 2-2 there, then the support for this market is back down at the 50-60% retracement level here, and it's at this point coming down here that will work out if it's an ABC pattern, and then we'll need to go long through this way here, or at least that be the confirmation of that point if it's going to move up there. Otherwise, we're going to be moving down into this space here. That's what I don't know at the moment. We have trades in here, so we need to look at those next here. So if you see this ABC pattern here, then this second high here, that's your long trade at that point. So let's just look at this for a moment, 15-minute chart. I put a few trades in here yesterday. So looking at this, just counting it up from here in terms of 1 and 2, and I'm not sure about this 1 and 2, you know, I mean, the thing about all of this is that that this to me here can just naturally looks like 1 and 2 to here, and this naturally looks like a third wave here. So I'm a bit unsure about this little guy in here, but either way, well, it kind of tuned it into the US market with the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 here, and going up for this structure here. So in this structure, we've got 1 here and 2 here and 3 here. So wave 4 here can pull back 38.2%. So we can take it from here to here for this, and look at it in terms of this pulling back into this space here, and then moving up from there. So we've got the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here. It may already be finished, so you can certainly go long above those tops there as well, but probably better off buying the pullback that's sitting on a nice level there anyway at 6,100 is a minor level. So what we could do here, there may only be, that may be completed there, or may not be completed, but what we could do here is to look to go long on, we've got 10 there, 20 there, and 30 there, right? So, and that hopefully will take us up into group 2, or up here somewhere. We're looking for 5 waves in this structure. So if the number 1 here, if this is 6,100, a minor level, and these are sub levels here, so this is all subgroup 1 here, 1, 2, and 3. If support is found on top of group 1 here, then you know that you're going to push up to 5, and at that point you know that the market is going higher. So you'll see a classic trading levels pattern in here, and then the market will move higher. But you can scale in on 1, 2, and 3 here, and then I'll just leave it at that, and then there'll be a vibration around here. Just hang in for that, and if support is found, then push up and hold into that situation there, and yeah, and this would be the target area up here for this, and then we'll just look. So we're expecting it to fail from here, but at the same time, you know, it would arrive here. This is where you exit here. So we'll just put TP there for take profit. And then what will occur, if it's going to go higher, you're not going to miss anything, because you'll see something like this here. and then you just use this to go long again here, or better still, the next level down here, the next high here to go long again from that point. So because the US have got that holiday, then I'm not sure what the trading situation is for that, but futures market will probably still cruise along. Yeah, so support on this level here, you need to be long again for this. And if my hunch is right about this 1 and 2 here and 3 here, then this will be a wave. This will be a wave 4 here, and it could quite easily pull back to the 38.2% retracement level back into the 50 area there. So just let me just have a look at this here. So we'll take it from here up to there, and you can adjust that wherever you need to adjust it to. But it comes in back down to this wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So that should be quite a decent pattern to be worked from this point here. But as you know, a strong closing on Friday will follow through on the Monday. So that's what you've got to look out for as well in that case. So let's just have a look at this here, this stop here. So you should have a few trades into this area through here. You really just want to leave this out of the way. You do not want to get stopped out here. So we'll just leave it out of the way here. So adjust it if necessary. But once that market, once that moves up there, then bring that up under that level there, and then just keep following it up through here until you get to the top up there. Okay. Yeah, and we'll take a break at 6,200, and then we'll figure out where we're going to move to next from that point. So just to recap all of this, let's just recap this a bit here. So just on the daily chart, it's possible that wave 3 is here with an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and we're going to go straight up here into new highs up here somewhere. The other point here is that it's possible to have this as an A wave here, then an A and a B and a C here, and it could pull all the way back down through here. Now, if it's going to go up into this space up here, then we're pretty much on the right track. We know what to do at 6,200. We're currently long at the moment. So even though we're unsure, even though I'm unsure about what count we actually have here, we're doing the right thing in being long and tracking the move up in what we do know in all of that. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that for the time being. The other point too is what I'm noticing is if I can just look at something else. So if any stocks are going to move up today, it's likely to be the banks. Okay, so if you're going to be trading long today, then the banks, because just taking iron ore here for a moment, as you know, we were looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we took quite a few days for it to consolidate here and then pull back, and it's doing that. And we know there's support at 700. We'll see how that holds and so on and so on, but it can pull back further. We can also look to be long in this market here, at least above this high here. I'll do some more work on that, but we can go long from that point, and we should be able to bring that down further for this. So we'll do that in due course, but it will be the banks today that that push up. So if you want to trade stocks, then buy yesterday's high, 1 point above yesterday's high, and that will take you to where you need to go today and Monday as well. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.